The Forgotten Patient. Chapter 1. The Return of the File. Dr. Elias Ward didn't believe in ghosts. He believed in trauma, dissociation, and chemical imbalances. His job at the Boston Mental Health Review Board was to review historical case files from defunct institutions, most of which closed after federal reforms in the 80s. That Friday evening, as the office emptied out and the glow of his desk lamp softened in the encroaching dusk, a courier arrived with a box marked St. Augustine Psychiatric Hospital, decommissioned 1982. Inside, brittle folders sat untouched for decades. Most had patient numbers instead of names. One in particular was slimmer than the others, with faded red ink that read, Patient 532, Unknown. The folder contained only a handful of documents, none official. One hand-scrawled note dated March 11, 1979 read, He stares through the walls, claims the night speaks, refuses to give a name. We've isolated him after the incident. Below was a photograph. A child, maybe 10, sat on a hospital cot, eyes blacked out with thick pen marks. Ward shivered. Chapter 2. Whispers in the Vents. He took the file home, intending to scan it into the state archives. That night, as wind howled against the windows of his old brownstone, he reviewed the notes in detail. Each staff member who interacted with patient 532 wrote of strange experiences, hearing their names whispered in vents, lights flickering when the boy was agitated, shadows appearing behind them in mirrors. Most unsettling were the final entries. March 12, 1979, Dr. Keller. I saw him in my dreams, woke with a nosebleed and the taste of iron. March 13, 1979. Nurse Rhonda. He said I would never leave. Now I see him in the empty beds. After that, nothing. No discharge, no transfer, no death certificate. Only a torn note. He is still here. Chapter 3. The Sleep Paralysis Incident. That night, Ward woke at 3:08 a.m., paralyzed in his bed. The room was dark, but the shadows were moving. Slowly, deliberately, his breath caught. At the foot of his bed, something shifted. A child's silhouette. Then two eyes, black and endless, blinked into existence. You found me, a voice said. Ward woke screaming. Chapter 4. The Return to St. Augustine. Compelled by something he couldn't explain, Ward requested access to the ruins of St. Augustine. The facility, sealed after a fire in 1982, stood forgotten on a lonely hill in northern Massachusetts. Inside, time had frozen. Medical tools rusted. Files scattered. But in the basement, in the isolation ward, he found a single cell with deep scratch marks on the door. Burned into the concrete wall was the number 532 and the words, I remember you. Chapter 5. Audio Logs. Ward discovered a set of reel-to-reel tapes, each marked with dates spanning only 1 week, March 8, 14, 1979. He digitized them and listened. Tape 1, a boy repeating, They live in the wires. Tape 2, screaming. Tape 3, a doctor shouting, He changed the room, it's not just him, he's bringing something. Tape 4, silence, then whispering in reverse. When reversed, the whisper said, The forgotten must be remembered. Chapter 6. The Doctor's Descent. Ward began to unravel. He saw children in the reflections of microwaves, in puddles, in the reflection of his own glasses. He received anonymous letters in his mailbox, written in red crayon. You saw me first. At work, he was reprimanded for erratic behavior. He snapped at colleagues, barely slept. His walls were covered in pinned articles, trying to find who patient 532 was. No birth records. No missing children matched the description. Chapter 7. The Hospital's Secret. A janitor who had worked at St. Augustine in the 70s came forward. He said the boy was never admitted. He was found abandoned in room 14 with no explanation. No records. No one saw him come in. But patients and staff began to disappear. The boy was moved to solitary. Then, the fire. The state covered it up. He's a ghost? Ward asked. No, the janitor replied. Worse. He's a memory no one was allowed to forget. Chapter 8. Final Tape. Ward recorded a message. If anyone finds this, Stop researching patient 532. Don't dig into the past. The forgotten want to be remembered. That's how they return. He ended the tape. That night, neighbors reported screams from his house. When police entered, the walls were covered in crayon drawings of a black-eyed boy. Ward was gone. Only one message remained scratched into the mirror. I was never a patient. I was a witness. Epilogue. Who is patient 532? Today, no records of patient 532 exist in official archives, but the photograph Ward found, it appears in different places online. A Reddit thread, a haunted artifact listing, a YouTube video that glitches midway. Always the same photo, always with the eyes scratched out.